Hello, hello, hello. I'm recording right. Where's the camera? Uh-oh, hang on. Uh, I don't know where the camera is. So I did remove some of the like USB connections. Hang on, I gotta figure this out. Give me 1 second. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm just gonna leave the camera off for this episode. Sorry. I don't know. I think what happened was um, I'm gonna be all over the place today. So let me start with the one thing I wanted to start with. I did finally install Wi-Fi in my apartment after 2.5 years of living here because I needed it for work, and because of that, I had to remove some USB connections on my computer, and I think I messed something up. So I guess no camera unless I can get the thing turned on. Let me see the devices. Device manager. I'm gonna only spend a couple minutes on this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's my bad. I didn't even check. I really haven't checked my stuff after I put the Wi-Fi in. Unknown USB device. That's probably what it is. Update driver. Uninstall device. Actually, I really shouldn't do that. It's gonna break something else. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of GTNH. How's everybody doing? No camera for today because for some reason it just doesn't work, and I have no idea why. I'll figure it out later. Anyways, a bunch of good news to share with, and like one really bad news to share with, but just to like not cause any stress. The bad news is just that my apartment's AC doesn't want to work anymore. I don't know what it is. It always happens. And they always come by and try to fix it, and then whenever they do, it always just breaks a couple of weeks later. And here we are again. But following that is some good news. I did start my second day of work today. Not much to share about it. Still work from home, and I'm still in the onboarding process, so mostly pretty chill. But it does bother me because my AC is not working and it's a little toasty in here. Especially in like the super humid Texas weather. But that's fine. It's fine. I only have to put up with it for like another month. Anyway, so other good news. The Eye of Harmony is totally finished. It kind of surprised me actually. We were able to craft it overnight. Not including the research. The research I had to like take an extra day because our research setup isn't that fast, but we don't really need it to be that fast because you only have to run it one time, right? But assuming the research is good to go, yeah, we totally have this ready in over a day. So I'm very excited for this because this is like a major milestone because it really is, I think, the last multi-block in the progression, not including like side projects like antimatter and I guess other tier upgrades, right? No, but the as far as I can tell, Eye of Harmony is the last multi-block in the progression, which is like a huge milestone for a playthrough like this that has been taking us for quite a while. So we'll get into that, setting it up, trying to learn all the ins and outs, but there is a little automation I have to do with it. If I check over here, Eye of Harmony. There's a bunch of words, don't worry. I read all of it. But really the main thing we have to worry about is like the kind of recipes it allows. So we have multiple different things that we can ask it to do. But for the first tier, we want to focus on white dwarf matter and raw stellar plasma. So I'm not sure what's the best tier, or I guess planet to give it. We can't do tier 1 yet. We can only do tier 0. Actually, we might be able to do crude. I don't know, actually. I'll take a look at this, but we probably want to do something that doesn't take a long time. And that's where the challenge is. 18,000 seconds, even the cheapest recipe. That's about 5 hours, I think. let me double check here. 18,000 divided by 60 divided by 6 is 5 hours. So There's automation involved because you have to have an exact number of stuff, like inputs, hydrogen and helium. If not, you get penalties. So like whatever automation we decide to do for that, I have to make sure it works. Because if it doesn't work, I have to wait 5 hours to figure out the problem, and that doesn't seem very fun. Unless I want to throw away 1 billion of each hydrogen and helium, which isn't really that bad if we have space elevators. Anyways, other thing I set up off camera is I'm still trying to get more quantum force transformers, more QFTs. I want up to 4 to be wall shared, but the recipe got stuck somewhere. I have no idea what. I just checked today after. Oh, it's probably you. Yeah, it's definitely you. I was moving around recipes like this one. I moved this towards the melting core, and I guess I forgot to update the recipe. So yeah, that's gonna take 13,000 picocircuits. Yeah, no, never mind. Okay, so we'll come back to that recipe later whenever I take care of it. All the rods also, for whatever reason, are stuck. Why is that? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Hang on. No, but that's pretty much the goal for today. We're gonna set up the Eye of Harmony. Why are you extruding? The heck? Well, I'm not gonna change it, but why is this extruding? I set this up 2 episodes ago, or was it last episode? It was 2 episodes, right? So chances are you didn't have enough output space, which is also kind of like a problem we've been having lately. No, it's not the output space. There's plenty of space here. Well, maybe not plenty, but there's space there. I'm just gonna cancel it. I don't know what happened. Same thing with fluids, right? No, I don't know. Things are getting stuck and I have no idea why. I cancel you. I'll cancel that thing's running. I'll cancel it just in case. I'll cancel you as well. I don't know. I really feel like every time the server restarts, it messes things up and I don't know how to prove it. I don't know. Anyways, so goal for today. We're going to set up the Eye of Harmony. Finally. I'm so excited for this. It's a shame I don't have the camera set up, right? Because you guys can see how excited I am, like, to be able to do this. Give me all of the advancements. But yeah, it's just a good thing to be able to get to this point, for sure. Now here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I want more than one. I'm probably gonna want to spam these guys by like crazy. So if I want to future-proof it, we have to put it somewhere where I can spam. And there's a part of me that's like, just put it on top of everything else. Because at this point, it's just wireless. Everything is wireless. You know, all of the inputs, outputs especially, it only accepts wireless or into AE2. And we just do wireless from there. To feed the thing power, it's strictly wireless. So I'm like, what if I just build it somewhere and then we just go from there and somewhere in the sky? No. We don't want to do that because there's not a lot of vertical space anymore. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this guy. Yeah, we don't have a lot of vertical space. Like right here, I probably don't have enough to build even one. It's 33 blocks up. I can do probably one, but still. My voice is being heard, right? It would be funny if neither the camera or like my audio settings aren't working. I should have checked that actually. I didn't think that it was going to be a problem until just now. I guess we're going to have to hear it. Actually, I can turn on monitoring for a little bit. Hello. It sounds fine. Okay, I think the first one is just going to be down here somewhere. And then once I start expanding, I can move it somewhere else. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. So this man is a 33 cubed structure. So find somewhere that has 33 by 33 space. That doesn't look like 33. What are you? 30. Yeah, no, you're not going to fit there. That looks more than like 30. Yeah, we'll do it right here. We'll do it back here. But I'm excited for this. I don't know like what it's going to entail really. But I would love to figure that out. The automation challenge is something I need to figure out before I get this going though. Otherwise, it's just going to get stuck forever. So this should be 33. If I want to board a bounding box for this. So right there. So this one is like that. Just like that. And then 33 down here. Right here. So that's the border. And there's the border. Anyway, so how's everyone else's day going? Hope it's going just fine. And it's like I mentioned, it's only my second day of work. Most of it has just been like onboarding stuff, you know, watching all the training stuff. But it's really starting to hit me that I'm employed now and the whole move out stuff is absolutely happening. I didn't really like feel that urgency until now because of course I like introduced myself to the rest of the team and you know people mentioning like, oh yeah, you're gonna move up to Idaho, right? And it's like, oh yeah, wait, it's actually happening, right? It's one block to the left, I think. It's definitely starting to hit me that I will be moving out pretty soon. But the thing is also is that I will be moving back home first in like a couple weeks first. Like back home with my parents until I move out up there. So when that happens, I'm gonna try to stream, but no promises because I don't know how the internet is. And if I do stream, definitely probably not have a camera up. Because there's a little more interruptions out there, which is totally fine, right? That's how things are. Back home. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You should be right there. Oh, I'm so excited. Sorry. So that's going to be like a real crummy tier. It's the very first tier. But you got to get started with something, right? You got to get started somewhere. Believe I have the bounding box just fine. And let's do it. Oh, you're going to be like that, right? Output bus. Give me 1 second. Output bus. So this thing only accepts like big ones. I'm going to start giving like the huge machines like this massive hatches and buses. Because it will be producing a ton of stuff. So it does call for it. I'm going to put it over here though. Okay, so it wants an input hatch. I guess what I should do is start setting up the humongous ones because you can't use stocking with these guys. Let's use a humongous input hatch. Let's try to craft these. We can craft that, right? Yeah. It's actually a little pricey. So we need 2 of them at least. Input hatch UXV. What the heck? You're a little expensive. You have to go in the up tier ass machine though. Where is it? Right here. So this one is set to circuit 1. Go right there. So 2. So I did do a little bit of research for this. Oh, don't tell me. Oh wait, never. Okay, I can't do this. Never mind. Okay, I can't do that yet. What was I trying to say? I did do a little bit of research on the Iron Harmony before I started. Don't worry, it's not like I'm going into this completely blind, just a little bit. But it sounds like the input, you cannot use stocking hatches. It has to be regular input hatches and buses. So, because the recipe asks for 1 billion of each, we should have an input hatch that can deal with that. Is that really all we have? Okay, so that's gonna make the automation just a little bit tricky then. UHV, UMV, and then there's one for max, right? It's a UXV one, but we can't do UXV holes without I don't even know how to pronounce that, but we can't do that yet. Humongous. Hey, say not. What's going on? We got our first Eye of Harmony. I mean, I'm currently building right now, but we have challenges instantly already, so trying to figure that out. The thing is, I need to find a way to store 1 billion fluid. Like, what's the easiest way to do that? And really, the only thing that accepts 1 billion fluid, like, directly is too expensive for me to craft this one. I can't get it because I don't have access to this stuff yet. And, it really is huge, yeah, but we can't craft it. I know what you're saying, I'm joking. So how the heck am I going to store 1 billion fluid? It's probably just going to be a ton of these UMV input hatches. That's all I can really think about. Nah, but how you doing? Yeah, it's going to have to be a subnet, some kind of subnet with stocking, and there's going to be logic involved as well. It's going to be a fun challenge for sure, but I think I'm going to use input hatch UMV. But how many can I put on there? Requires 1. Requires 2 input hatches. Okay, so I can. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna try making this one. Hello here. I am Burning Lake. What's going on? Let's make a bunch of you. No face cam because I. okay. A little bit of a backstory. After 2.5 years of living in my apartment, I finally have Wi-Fi because I never needed it until now because of my work laptop. And I set up the Wi-Fi, but I did not check if I broke anything else. And it looks like my camera was one of the things that broke. I spent like 2 seconds on stream trying to fix it because I didn't think to check it out until just now. So there's no camera because it's broken. I don't know what it is. I did check device manager and it says like there's an unregistered USB and I'm too scared to like delete it because I'm probably gonna kill something else. So I'd rather not touch it until the end of the stream. So no camera for now because I have a skill issue. It's really what it boils down to. How you doing though? It's still the same person streaming, trust. It really is skill issue. And for memes' sake, I'm gonna give it a ULV input bus because I can. Pretty good. Did mention already, but it's my second day of work already. Pretty chill. Not much to share though. It's just onboarding shenanigans. Oh, there it is. There it is. This thing keeps asking for blocks, and I don't know why. Oh no, it's still building. Never mind. For now, yeah, it's a work from home until I have to be. I have to move up to Idaho by June 15th. So I plan to be there like the first week or so of June. But until then, it's work from home. And I don't like it. I mean, I don't mind work from home, but I don't like it because my AC decided to not work on the day that I started working from home. So now I'm like all frustrated. It always happens in the worst times. I'm gonna take a drink. So today's drink of choice is actually sour pickle beer. Don't if you haven't tried it, don't tell me it's nasty. No. You have to try it first. Trust. It's good. Okay. No, but it's kind of a shame that the camera doesn't work on such a big day. If you're not familiar with GTNH, this is a big day. It's like it is. I mentioned it earlier, but it is the last multi-block in the progression, not including Stargate. It's the last one. We're there. Not including also like upgrades and things like that. No. It is the last multi-block of the progression, and you still have to upgrade it though. But it is the last one. Major progress. So it's working fine. It's not going to do anything until I turn the thing on, though. But this is where the automation challenge is going to show up. So the first thing I need to do... Also, Killer, you're wrong. Sour pickle beer is not nasty. You just need to give it a try. Hey, I told you about flamas, and you tried them. You love them. That means that all of my taste in food and drink is legit. So if I say flamas are good and you like them, then you're going to like sour pickle beer. Checkmate. Other things I haven't really remembered until now is I actually have to like upgrade the Godforge, and I haven't thought about that really. Okay. So how the heck am I gonna do this? So the whole input bus's idea is that it takes these planet things, and I think I should start crafting them now. Oh, that's true. That's fair. Also, what recipe am I going to commit to? I don't really care about any of the dusts because we have void miners, but what I really care about is white dwarf matter and plasma mixture. So ideally, anything that's the fastest possible and gives us the most of that stuff. And it looks like it doesn't really matter what I do. They all look the same, I guess. I guess some give different amounts of power. I don't know if I can do moon, but I also don't think it really matters. I think we're going to just do overworld. I'm going to stick with overworld because I don't know any other. I don't know better. So you have to craft the circuit 17. Do I even have that? Yes. Okay. Sucks that the event went for one more day, but I just got back home and only played the just one more hour. Okay. Yeah, I think they just forgot about it. No grass block? That's so funny. Am I really gonna set up a recipe? Nah, not really. I'd rather do this recipe. Tiny planet. Is that a Binding of Isaac reference? If you know, you know. Okay, I just need a little bit of grass. I can do that right here. You're gonna use stream and watch your luck to loot a split core. I did do a good amount of looting today, but I couldn't find anything. And of course, it's only the people with like no rolls. They're the only ones finding all the new stuff. It always happens like that though. This seems so weird. Carrying an entire planet in hand. What happens if I place it down? Looks pretty cool actually. Okay, so this thing ate it. It's like that. I think that's the only reason this input bus exists, is to feed the thing with the planet. So technically all you really need is the 1 billion fluid. So how the heck am I going to do that? And also, do you can I put more than one? Infinite. I'm just curious if I can put more than one. I don't think I can, but I do want to try it. Can't craft that. You. Or more than 2, sorry. Does not work. Okay, so you need 2. What if I put that much? So you need that much as well. Okay, it only accepts 2. Got you. So what's the automation here? I can like... Can ME hatches be configured? No. No, they can't. Unless I do like stock replenisher shenanigans, which I think the automation is going to use that in mind. I think I'm going to have one of these. I can stock so much fluid in there and then put that in. The other challenge is that I cannot use stocking hatches. They don't work. So if I like put this guy there, it's not going to work. I guess I'm lying? What? I guess I'm lying. What? It told me it doesn't work. Does it actually work? That makes things easier. But no, you can't configure to hold a specific amount. And if you use stock replenish... Okay, so the thing is, if you give it too much hydrogen and helium, there's a penalty. So you can't just dump everything into here. It doesn't work like that. So I don't think I want to use stocking. I could have sworn it doesn't let me though. I guess let me look it up. Maybe it was fixed in this update, because the wiki does assume 2.7, which is one version before this one. Hive Harmony stock. Okay, so the only thing I found in the Discord was that it does not accept stocking hatches. This must have been updated in 2.8. Let me look at the change log now. I'm really curious. Announcements, 2.8. Give me the change list, full change log. Right there. No. Give me change log from 2.7 to 2.8. Yeah, it doesn't even mention it anywhere, so I'm just gonna not think about it. But now I'm curious if that's a solution I can do now. But no, I don't think it's a good idea. We're gonna stick with UMV because I don't think it's intended either way. So part of the solution is going to involve storage buses, fluid ones. And I'm thinking, honestly, of kind of copying what we did for baryonic water or grade 8 water. Not this. I don't need to worry about that. I just need to put a billion fluid in there and that's it. But what I can do is maybe level maintain some amount of like fluid per craft and then just push that much and that's it. I think that's what I want to try. It's using a level maintainer. Because this is what I'm thinking. If I ask this to like push a billion fluid in there, then how do I say this? It's gonna craft when it has enough fluid, right? And then once a thing starts running, so that's the other thing. When it starts running, it won't consume anymore. So I can use that as some kind of signal to not push any more fluid, maybe. With a blocking card, maybe. Let's try this. I don't know, or I don't think it even matters. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make one of them store one kind of fluid and the other one the other, just in case. So like maybe here, hydrogen, and this one is helium. Because I was already thinking of like using Project Red again. But if I'm gonna copy paste this, I don't want to use Project Red because it doesn't really copy paste very well. So I want to stick with strictly AE2 shenanigans. Okay. And I think it's going to be like a kind of subnet here. Nope. Put that right there. So let's say I ask. So this is going to be where I push the fluids. And I don't want to push it if it can't store anywhere. So that sounds like a blocking card. So this one I can say, do not push crafting items if the inventory contains items. And then this is where the level maintainer is going to be. And then use light blue for another subnet. I feel like we're going to have like 5 subnets here. Put this down here. And if I want the fluids, that is a storage bus. Here connected to a stock replenisher. This is the one that's going to store the stuff from the mainnet, just like that. For example, this one is going to have a billion or hydrogen. And helium. And this is going to come from main network. Need a bunch of anchors here. Make 10 of them, sure. So I'm pretty much just copying what I'm doing with the baryonic stuff. Also, I realized something. I remember being confused why I have so much of this stuff here when we don't produce that much. Or when the recipe does too. It's a 1-to-1. But I think it's something to do with the extra parallels that I have. Maybe it has something to do with like that. I don't actually know why I have more than... I really shouldn't have that many, never mind. But so let me try to figure out what I did here. I have it stocking some kind of number here. And it just crafts whatever is missing. And I think I want to do a similar strategy there. So like right here, whenever the recipe restarts, I find out that I'm missing so much of this stuff, and I can just request that here. But I don't have all of these outputs. I really only have one thing, and then that's to push fluids and with just the fluids, and that's it. Okay. So how can I push a certain amount of items? Let me put a terminal here just so I can look at it. No, not like that. Right there. And can I even store 1 billion? Okay. I need a crafting storage for this, right? What did I use over here? 4096. I guess we'll see whenever I have to push fluids there. Let me get this working as well. So this is an input item or input connection. I have one somewhere. Fresh one. It's over here, right? Right here. Right there. And how much helium and hydrogen am I storing? Okay, it's a lot. We have just a little over 4.7 trillion helium. What about hydrogen? 32 trillion. Okay, we're fine. Unless some craft eats that much. Okay, we have a billion here. I think that's all I'm gonna store for now. I need a fluid discretizer for this too, so I can actually see those items. Does it work if I put it up here? No, don't put that there. That's how you break your network. Yeah, don't do that. Enough for a couple hours. I mean, it's only runs a billion, but keep in mind, this recipe is every 5 hours. So I think we're fine. But that's a ton. We have a ton of backlog. I'm gonna put it right here. If I put it here, that connects to the main net and the subnet, therefore killing your entire network. Don't do that. Okay, I can see the fun stuff in here. Is the answer to just put a dummy item? Let me take a drink to think about it. Right? Like, what if I craft a dummy item? Helium, hydrogen. And then some piece of paper, I guess. Oh yeah, we gotta name it something funny. Hang on. I know of at least one YouTuber using dummy item method in their play. Okay. I'm gonna do a dummy item method. What am I gonna call it? It's got to be something memey. I'm eyeing it, or I'm eye harmoning it, or what? I'm harming it. I don't know. It's a little too negative. I'm eye of harmoning it. I don't know. Okay, so what if I ask it to like push 1 billion of each? I'm gonna put that there, I guess. Oh, it's not. It's gonna show up here. No crafting CPUs. Okay. Do I just give it a 16.3D whatever? I got a bunch of them. Put it right there. That looks fine. Oh, it looks like it. And I think I can actually read. Yes, it reads it. That's the thing though. I don't like it that it takes so long to pull the fluids in though. But you know what? I don't think it matters because we do have 5 hours in between runtimes, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's say this. So this works, right? But the other thing is, how do I cancel the recipe? That's it's a fake crafting card, right? I don't really know how this works. I've used it like one time. But someone told me it's gonna help out with things like the handcrafting, so it might work for this too. Complete a craft without expecting the final result. Yes, that's what I want. I think they put here. Maybe I have to start the craft again. I'm gonna wait for this though. Do 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 do. Okay, it's got 1 billion, and I think the craft finishes. Or maybe it's because I don't have or I started the craft before I put the card. I'm gonna cancel this. So technically this thing is already good to go. Because I think that's all you really need, right? Also power, but I think how it works is there's this number over here, 2.17 times 10 to the 16. That's a huge number. Because keep in mind, we're generating actually less than that per tick. We're doing like 5 times 10 to the 12 for trillion. But I think this is like overall time after 18,000 seconds. So I think if we do the math, let me do the math here. So 3.62 minus, actually, yeah. Yeah, 3.62 minus 2.17. E 16. So what is that? 1.45 E 16. I never know how to work with the calculator here because it keeps saving random values. Stop it. Restart from scratch. So 1.45 E 16. All right, yes. Divide by 18,000 seconds. That's 805 million EU per second. Divide by 20, right, per tick. So if I divide by 20, am I doing that right? So 40 billion, that sounds fine. 40 billion is okay. I guess we have to see if, I'm guessing 40 billion. I think that's what this value is telling me, that over 18,000 seconds, this is the values. And I think at some point it starts generating power instead of losing it. I think it's at tier 3. No. 4? That's a break even. So tier 5. Tier 5, it starts generating power. But if I'm correct, it's only going to consume like 40 billion, which is not bad. Because we're generating 5 trillion. I hope that's how it works. I hope it just doesn't eat the whole thing at once, because that's going to cause problems. How much of a backlog of power do we have? Let me double check. Oh, we reached our next factor. Our Dyson swarms have been doing pretty good. And never mind, they ran out. How much backlog do I have? It's because the recipe got stuck, right? We have a little bit left, but it's... I gotta start making more before I get a net loss of power again. Okay, I think it should be fine. If I start the recipe again, it's going to push things in there. And it's going to store more than it needs. And that's going to give us the penalty. But if I start it now and it resets, and then the craft starts again, the thing is, I only have like, again, 5 hours to... I mean, I guess I don't. I could just break the thing and then like restart it, because it's only hydrogen and helium. We have trillions of it, so who cares? I think I want to start it and see what it does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're Eye of Harmoning it now. Guys, it's so creepy in here. That's definitely a screenshot, right? What if hang on, I gotta see it with shaders. It's probably gonna flashbang you. Hang on. Oh no, I know. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, hang on, stop it. Sometimes. That's definitely a screenshot worthy for the next 10 episodes after episode what? 230 or no 330. Yo. Okay. So if I check here, it's got a lot of numbers. I don't know what they mean. Yeah, estimated EU tick is negative 6.44. I don't know where they're getting 6.44, because I guess the 40 billion, and that's what? 9 is billion times 10 is 60 billion. So I don't know where they're getting that from. Unless I subtracted the wrong way. Hang on, let me check. 2.17 minus 3.62. I mean, it should be the same thing. No, energy efficiency. Is that what it is? If I multiply this by 0.6, so 0.87 E16. I have no idea. It's not, well, divided by 18,000. Divided by 20. Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that number from. So we're looking for the white dwarf matter output, which is great. We have 100% yield because we use exactly enough. So here's the thing. I think what I want to do is actually prepare another billion in there. And this is where the level maintainer comes in. So if I'm going to request one Eye of Harmony, amount to maintain is one maybe? Does it even have enough fluids? Yes, it does. It says it's scheduled. Okay. I think this will work. It's not going to start another craft until it puts in enough fluid. Does 1.7 have the interface option that completes recipe? Yeah. So that's there's some card for this. A crafting card, I think. No. Locking card. Yeah, you can do one of these recipes. I think this is gonna work out though, because I think how the fake crafting card works is that it waits for all the stuff to be output. If it can't output anywhere, it's gonna stay there forever, and I'm not gonna schedule another craft because we only have one computer. So I think this is fine. One way to find out, honestly, is just breaking the man and then trying again. So I can confirm it actually works, because we're not going to sit here waiting for 5 hours for this for us to confirm if it works or not. But like, I also don't want to nuke the base if I break this. I don't think I will though. It doesn't say anywhere that I'm going to explode the thing. I guess one way to find out, right? Because it's not going to consume anything while the structure is running, and that's a huge like boon for us. I'm duplicating the overworld thing. So it's like right now it's starting to consume again, right? So this is assuming. Actually, no, this is not going to work, because if you think about it, it's going to wait for the recipe to finish, and then it's going to stop. We don't want it to stop ever. Right? Because this is what I'm simulating. Whenever the recipe finishes, it's going to start consuming again. But then the recipe is going to wait for 18,000 seconds. See where I'm going with that? So how can I ensure that there's a billion of the fluid available instantly? That's where the humongous input hatches come into play, but we don't have humongous input hatches available. Because right now it's technically waiting for enough of this fluid. I mean, if we wanted to run every other 5 hours, this works. But no, I wanted to run nonstop. Is there even any way to do that? Because we don't have enough fluid storage. Unless we use stocking. We might have to use stocking. I'm gonna try doing this with stocking because I don't think there's any way for us to like ensure that this like there's no way for me to fit 2 billion fluid into these 2 hatches unless there's a bigger hatch. Am I understanding it correctly? That's not how it works. I guess it's not really going to take every other 5 hours because it's just going to wait for that much. Okay, and it put too much. All right. And it's because I didn't start it. Okay. So I think, hang on, let me, I'm going to have to cancel this craft. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to live with that small couple of seconds hit, and I just have to make sure that this is always on. So I'm going to break you. I'm going to cancel the craft. Because I am misunderstanding it. I'm going to basically break you and you to reset your fluids. We're going to like drain so much helium and hydrogen doing this, but it literally doesn't matter. Okay, so if I try to put you there, make sure it stays on. So we're not going to have 100% runtime, I don't think, unless I figure out how to do it with stocking. But then I feel like I'm going to put too much fluids in there, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's only going to be a little slow because we don't have that much fluid input, if that makes sense. So once it has enough, it's going to jumpstart again, I believe. I'm going to take a drink while this loads. It does take a little bit though, right? My only concern with using stocking inputs is that it's going to it's going to try to craft another one like instantly, and it's going to put too much fluid in there, so I don't think I want to use that. And I guess once we get the humongous input hatches, that's where I'll get the 100% runtime, because this does store 2 billion. I just want to see what it does whenever it tries to jumpstart here. So I don't know if someone measured how long that's going to take, but that's how much time we're losing. But honestly, over 18,000 seconds, that's probably not too bad of a loss. So I'm going to keep it. Here we go. I want to see it turn on. It is okay. One more push. Okay, it started. And it looks like it does start the craft again. Yeah, okay, it's a fresh craft because it's stored 2 billion of each. Actually, no, that's not how it works, right? Why is it 2 billion? What the heck? I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah, okay. But it's not really doing anything, and we have 100% yield there. I'm going to leave it like this. I feel like it's working fine. And then whenever the recipe finishes in 5 hours, that's when it starts trying to jumpstart itself again. It takes like 30 seconds or something like that. Or it was a couple minutes, right? I don't remember. But once we get the humongous hatch, we don't have to worry about that time loss anymore. It'll just keep running and keep it stocked, I guess. Is what I'm thinking, at least. Maybe this is fine. And I don't think it's actually going to, like, give us anything until it finishes the craft, right? Let me check if that actually ate all of our power, or it's just incremental. Yeah, I can't tell. That's just such a big number. I really can't tell. um, that's one of my questions. Like, is it a partic value that we're getting stuff, or is like, I guess one way to check is if to break the outputs. I'm just curious if it's an incremental value or it's actually producing stuff, or it does the whole recipe in one go. I feel like that's what's happening. It does everything in one go. And so the estimated EU per tick is just a, like, hey, that's more or less what it costs after it finishes. I'm gonna assume that's what it is. And I guess preparing ahead of time, maybe start setting up like outputs for all of these things. That sounds like an off-camera project, though. Yeah, that's an off-camera project. Setting up singularities for everything it produces, so nothing ever gets stuck. I'm gonna bookmark it. I can at least do the fluids, maybe. Nah, it's an off-camera shenanigans. But yeah, that does mean we get the stellar plasma mixture, but it's like not a lot. And I think what we want to do is like upgrade this thing to the max immediately. Which means that's the next step, is setting up research and crafting recipes for the next tier. Because it's so slow. Yeah, I can craft more than one, but I might want to hold off until... Looks so cool though. Maybe until... I'm probably just going to put the next one like on the top or something. If I wall shared this, it looks like I would only be able to share these blocks here. Spatial structure casing, which are kind of expensive. I'm not sure if I can share these guys. I don't actually know. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can share those guys, but I should be able to share the other stuff, which are the expensive ones too. So we have two options. I can either craft more or start upgrading the tiers. And I think that's what I want. I think I would prefer upgrading tiers because we can only craft like so much stuff. This stuff is expensive regardless. And upgrading tiers means less blocks. I don't have to craft the whole thing, which is probably what took forever. So let's try to upgrade the tiers right away. So this is what I want. So I want you, you, and you. And I'm thinking about it now. Like, what kind of shenanigans am I gonna do throughout the episodes if it's just upgrading the Eye of Harmony? I mean, that's where I'm gonna have to find things to work on to improve because it's gonna take a while, right? Like, this is a kind of machine you just build once and you walk away for a couple days and then you come back and like, oh wait, it's ready again. Okay, rinse and repeat. Let's at least set this up. So I think what I should be doing actually is crafting one more, so I can study. So I can study the next one, and then I don't have to like stop it. So I guess I can build a raccoon army. So I'm gonna add one to everything here so that I can use the a leftover to research, but I also have to research the previous tier. Let me try putting that there. For example, I need to have one of these guys. Even one of these is so expensive. That's so funny though. Okay, I should have crafted one extra for these so I can actually research them. So I think that's what I'm gonna do first, and then somewhere like tomorrow I'm gonna actually research them and then craft them. So I need one of each to research, but now that I know, then we can probably upgrade them a little faster. There's still a lot of things to upgrade for sure. It's like if I were to do this, yeah, this is gonna take absolutely forever. But I really think we need the quantum force transformers, at least 4 of them. No, I have another spray can, the black one, right? Yeah. Like, why did you get stuck? You have to go through like a million pico circuits, right? No? Unless that was for the other recipe and I tried to craft it by accident. Are you gonna finish? I guess we can see what's slowing us down. Oh yeah, you're gonna take forever. Oh yeah, you need a 5. Okay, that's gonna take forever. So maybe a faster way to craft pico circuits and quantum circuits. Really, the only thing I can think about is actually just giving these guys more power, which is probably way more reasonable if I give it lasers. And then wireless energy hatches. So yeah. I'm gonna cancel your craft because we need you to craft circuits so much faster. And I guess that also means circuit assemblers. But these guys are the bottleneck. So let me see if I can. The optical circuits are up there, right? Can you be upgraded? Sirs, you're running UIV power. What the heck? But then if I want to craft like 100 of you, that's also dumb expensive. Everything's so expensive. Okay, yeah. I think what I want to do is get the AS lines, the advanced AS lines upgraded with lasers instead of wireless. Because this is as much wireless power we can give it. 64 amp UMV is the biggest hatch. Until we get to UXV, which has thick hatches, but we can't afford those because of a bunch of garbage. So laser UMV is the way to go. Future-proof it. That's a little too much future-proofing of $8 trillion. I do want to give it a ton of power, though. So maybe I don't think I'm going to give it that much power, because keep in mind, we're only generating 5 trillion. So if I give this thing 2 trillion times, what is this, 20 of them? 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. 5 times 4 per group is 20. So if I give this thing like 20 times 8 trillion, that's going to eat through our power like fast. So what about 20 times 5? Technically 20 times 0.5 is 10 trillion. We'll do this and then I can upgrade over time if I need to. But I do need a bigger backbone. And then the next question is, can I even output that much power here? So many things to think about. Because that's not gonna cut it. We have a UIV capacitor, which supports 100 trillion. And if I give 137 times, oh, you're also powering the DTPFs though. What the heck is this nonsense I did? Okay, we have 100 trillion, right? This is only 2 trillion. All of this stuff doesn't really matter. So, okay, so technically we have only 2 trillion coming out if I just look at that, and that's it. 4 trillion coming out because of you. So, if the UIV capacitor can support 100 trillion, I think we're okay to I'm going to do this. 1024 UMV hatches. We're going to stick with this. $10.24. And you don't have enough crafting space either. I'm just going to temporarily remove something I never use. Like inventory relays get out. I haven't used any of those in forever. So I found out before that if you have things running different tiers of power, like different amount of power, it breaks everything. For some reason, I don't know why. So if I want this to work, then I need to have, how many of these? I have, there's going to be 20. So I need 20 laser source hatches. Oh, we can actually craft a good amount. So yeah, right now is the time to be upgrading things. Wow. The Eye of Harmony is taking its sweet time producing resources. So 20 laser source hatches, and then I need 20 target hatches. Okay, it worked out because we have a bunch of UMV components just chilling. Okay. So technically nothing here is actually working because I broke it a long time ago. Therefore, all of these I should be able to remove, but let me replace. This is the biggest headache, so I'm going to do this first. Let me just get the backbone in. So as long as it can support 20 times 137 billion. And then after that, I probably can just stick until wireless UXV hatches maybe. And I also have to make sure it's less than the capacity of the capacitor. So that's 2 trillion already. 8 trillion. I want to do you. 35 trillion, or is that too much power? 8 trillion, right? I think that's fine. Because keep in mind, the 137 times 8 is only like about 2 trillion, so I think that's fine. So I'm going to need, for me to push all the power over, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you. And of course, you're going to craft a bunch of circuits too. I should be able to replace at least 2 of you. This group right here, and we can pause everything else. You already started crafting. Is that how it works though, the advanced S line? Probably. I'm gonna wait for this and then put like another item in there. And slowly start upgrading these things. Okay, so if I want to work on this, I found out, just put a dummy item in there and nothing's gonna try and push in there. So I'm free to work on it without breaking literally everything. So let me get some of these going and then slowly start replacing them while I craft more things. Because I think even if I upgrade just a couple of them, it's already a huge improvement. Because keep in mind, you know, there's 16 billion compared to 137, so that's already a big difference. Over and over. Okay, I should be able to upgrade at least these guys. Let's do one at a time. Always upgrade, or actually place the output for the input first. So target hatch right there, right there, right there, right there. And then the source hatch down here. So 1, 2. Oh, you're gonna break everything else, right? 2. I already put that one. There we go. Okay. So, I should have put another item because I kind of need my spray can. Let me put a blueprint in there. Give me that. I'm going to use orange for the UHV or UMV color because UMV or UHV is already red. So UMV. And then UMV. Okay. Don't connect that first ever. This one first. UMV. UMV. Yeah. UMV. I guess I should connect it first to UMV. Okay. Or double check if they're actually like good to go. So I thought I wasn't going to use lasers anymore, but I do need it. UMV. UMV. Good to go. And there we go. Okay. So those guys are good to go. And I think I have enough stuff to plug in the next one. I'm going to wait for for everything else to craft though. And I'm going to go ahead and pause all the other ones. Because it likes to get stuck whenever different amounts of power are running. I think it's something to do with how the ass lines work. So if one of them's working too fast, it takes the items from the others, and it doesn't like it. So that one's enabled. That one's good. 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 Let's try that. Okay. Take that out. And then try crafting those 4 of you, right? The 4 of the laser targets. Oh, 2 more actually. The heck? What? Why not? Why don't you have power? Huh? Oh, okay. Oops. It wasn't powered. That's most definitely gonna break something, right? Probably. I mean, it's building them. 128. I think we're fine. I think it's actually way better because it's doing 128 per batch. And it's like every 6 seconds, it's 128. Which is not too bad. Cancel that though, because I definitely broke it. Tell you what, we already have 2 of you. Let me make 2 of the laser source hatches. We're using 65k, right? Yeah. Yeah, I already have 2 of you, so let me craft 2 of these guys. So I can start incrementally upgrading these things. And also keep in mind that I need to upgrade the U with a whole bunch of UMV energy hatches, because that's cringe. Only running UIV, how dare you? I should be able to work on this while it's running though, because you don't really do much. That's a target hatch though, I can't do anything. I don't have any UMV wireless hatches on me. No. Doesn't look like it. Hurry up. You're so slow. Well, how expensive are those? It's pretty pricey, actually. So no. Yeah, I think we're definitely past due for ass line upgrade. But if you think about it, 128 times 4. Who wants to do the math there? 512. 512 every 6 seconds is not too bad. Would the hatches you're breaking off advanced ass lines work with circuit ass lines? No. We're talking about these, right? Because it's a multi-amp hatch, and these guys are kind of mean. They don't like them. They're so rude. It has to be a single amp energy hatch. It doesn't say so, but it usually you can assume it won't accept it if it doesn't explicitly say it, and I can prove it to you also. Good question though. Just so I don't mess with anything over there, I have another circuit ass line over here that does random recipes. So if I were to so this is a single amp, right? And it works fine. If I put it here, the multi-amp one, it's not gonna work. Doesn't like it. It's usually the case with almost all regular multi-block machines with like base Gregtech. So things like the chemical reactor centrifuge, those guys, even this one, it does not work. Usually it doesn't say it, it doesn't like it. But if it explicitly says like advanced assembly line, it says there supports tech multi-amp and laser hatches, then it's going to accept those big ones. For the most part, yeah. There's probably exceptions, but I can't think of any right now. You got stuck. Why'd you get stuck? Oh, you got stuck somewhere, right? Is there one of you running and you're not supposed to? I might have forgotten to disable one of them. Because that usually happens when you forget to disable one. Why'd you get stuck? Hello? It may have also been because it was trying to catch up with that other one that got broke last time. I guess, I don't know. The controller should light up with an orange light if it gets stuck. It's very easy to see, but I also don't trust any of them. Nothing a little bit of just turn it off and turn it back on again won't fix though. that seems to fix everything now. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off, turn it on, back on again. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. It's probably because when one of them started, it deleted some items and it broke everything. That likes to happen. How about now? Yeah, I think that's what happened. Optical supercomputers, the next tier. This is probably just gonna take a little bit, honestly, but still a big improvement. So there's a bunch of things that I'm like working on, right? Trying to. I think that's the next step. There's gonna be like a chain of events I'm gonna do off camera to hopefully get the next tier of these guys ready. I guess what we can do while we're just hanging out is setting up the recipes for this. And it's also going to be so many. Not you. I need the next tier. So spray can corresponds to one of each of these guys, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'll leave that there. But I do want the next tier. Using, was it the white spray can? I think. Oops. Yeah, these guys. So start setting up recipes for these guys, which I won't be able to because we don't have white dwarf matter, but we're waiting for that. 8,000 seconds. Yeah, it's okay. It's a good thing I'm doing this. Man, you take forever. Yeah, right now I'm going to set up recipes. That's a multi-stack item or multiple items. You got to get renamed. So someone told me that there's going to be a crazy amount of renamed items, and I'm starting to see it. Like look at this. It's like 4 of them. Yo, what's up? Oops. Not that one. Middle click. Easy to search. 3. Easy to search. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. Then that goes into advanced ass lining it because these guys are good to go. And there we go. It takes so long to load. Oh, we ate all our glowstone. You guys remember how I said that I needed to fix that? What do you mean you don't know how to craft easy to search 1? Where did you need that? Or did I just forget instantly? Oh, you're not going to work. Hang on. We have to fix glowstone. Glowstone died instantly, which I said was going to happen, so I'm going to address that right now. So something here needed the rename circuit, and I don't know what. I did not ask you. Oh, I meant to ask you. No. I don't know how that happened. I'm pretty sure I clicked on this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, so for glowstone, we need to get one of those somethings. I don't remember. It's the Twilight Wraith, because it has 100% chance to drop glowstone. So we need a soul vial. Do I even have? Do I have one? No. We're gonna go explore because we need that for sure. And I guess while we're just hanging out, I might as well just craft the rest of the laser source and targets. So 4 of you. And 2 of you. Okay. What? Oh, oops. Warp, not wrap Twilight. Okay, where the heck can I find Twilight Wraith? Is that the Lich Tower? Maybe you're misremembering, but didn't you get that mob for Blood Altar? I don't remember. I don't think so though. We only I think we only have one mob from Twilight Forest. No, we put the demon in here. The other one you're talking about is the Snow Wraith. It's already set up somewhere. Hang on my internet server. Oh, well, it's my internet actually. I'm taking a drink while it loads again. Yeah, we're gonna blame Sana for that internet cutoff. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. My internet's still acting up. I really think it's either my neighbor who's just breaking the internet playing Rocket League or something, or it's my my Spectrum service throwing a fit that I'm about to leave and I'm not going to pay for it anymore and it's already trying to cut me off. Anyways, we do have I think it's a Snow Wraith. It's a different mob. Inferno. Oh, that's for the Blaze Rods, right? We have another one. This one. Snow Guardian. That's the one we were thinking about. That's not a teleport to Twilight. The heck? Wait, did it teleport my clone? It did. Hang on. My clone is teleported, not me though. That's so funny. So the commands apply. Oh, wait. So is my clone the real player or is it me? What the heck? Why am I here? Okay, I think we learned something. He is the real player. And I'm not? Guys, I'm getting existential dread. Because if I need to see it. If I do /kill, is it gonna kill him or me? No. It kills both of us because Sword of the Cosmos. I tried it before. It does do the /kill command. Never mind. So if I want him to go away, if I send him to home, that's so weird. It's that have you guys heard about that dilemma? I also have to set up difficulty too hard. Have you guys heard about the teleportation dilemma? Like, if you really think about how some shows implement teleportation, the majority of the time it like breaks up your body into like individual atoms or whatever, or some kind of information, and then it just downloads that information somewhere else. But then, like, the situation is, are you the same person? So maybe that's what's going on here. Am I the same Burning Lake as I was before I lagged out? I don't think so. All right, take care, Killer. Thanks for joining. It's not a bother either. It's banter, and I appreciate that. Nah, take care. Have a good night. Where am I? What am I looking for? Sorry, I didn't mean to get all existential dread on you guys, but it's just a funny thing to think about sometimes. I get a little pensive whenever I go on my walk sometimes because I like to just look around and then just think about it. It's like, how the heck am I here? 10 minutes ago, I was at home, feeling that. And again, this is the perspective of me when I was on my walk today. I did go on a walk today, by the way, just a short one. But I was thinking about it like at the time. It's like just 10 minutes ago, I was like, get me out of there. I was like, oh, I'm a little claustrophobic, cabin fever. I should get out. And then 10 minutes later, I just somehow showed up at the park. It's so weird. Like the whole idea that we're able to make cars. Anyways, off topic, right? We're looking for Twilight Wraiths. I just need one so I can mass produce the dude if I need to. I think this is where you find them. Don't shoot me, that's rude. I could have sworn there's like a separate spawner for them though. Or are you gonna spawn? Oh, hello. Hey, are you gonna spawn Twilight Wraiths for me, sir? You know what? Give me the Sword of the Cosmos. You don't do... Oh, you get protected by that too? What a cheat. I don't want to deal with you. So where is the what do you call it? Twilight Wraith. The heck? That's... Sir, you're in the wrong mod pack version. Those are the book nerds. I could have sworn there's like a separate tower that spawns them, or I'm misremembering how I get the wraiths. And I also might be able to just spawn them directly. Hello, Stray. Stop shooting me, that's rude. Also, is my shield even powered? It looks like it is, but it's not doing much. What are you doing here? Why is there a shulker here? You're also in the wrong mod pack version, like the wrong Minecraft version. Where are the Twilight Wraiths? Is it you? No. Bye. I don't know what this does. Hello? No, I don't want the book. I want the Twilight Wraiths. I need my glowstone. The heck is that? Stop it. Get away. Spiders? That's a different structure, right? Yeah. Start breaking everything until I find the Twilight Wraiths. Or are they spawning? What does it look like? They might spawn in the in the Snow Queen's place. Yeah, they might spawn over there instead. Let me dump my trash and then go over there, check it out. At this point, pick up to Emmy. I don't want to deal with anything. So let's go to the Ice Queen. I haven't been this far in Twilight Forest. I just spoiled it. Okay, I'm willing to bet that I can find the Wraith. I just need a single one. Excuse me. I did a little sneeze. Hello, not you. I'm looking for the Twilight Wraith. No. No. Nah. Like, I really don't need anything from here. I'm just curious enough. I just want to look. What the heck? Let's go here, inside here. Fandom Wiki says Hollow Hills. Do you think that's the only place I can find them, though? I'm willing to trust, because I don't really know otherwise. We'll take a quick peek around here, but if it's... I mean, honestly, I don't think it's changed too much. Snow Guardian, that's where I got my... The other mob. I don't think I've ever seen a Twilight Wraith ever, though. Well, one way to find out, right? I'm gonna go. I guess we'll go to the Hollow Hill. Hello, Rustlin. Welcome. We're exploring for Twilight Wraiths because they're the best source of glowstone in the pack, as far as I'm concerned. We're aware of. That's just what I've heard from like another endgame player, that they got all their glowstone from Twilight Wraith. How many days do I have? I am at 1,239 hours. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I know I can build the map, and that's all I'm gonna say. Hello, Twilight Wraith. Where you at? Where you is? Where you is? Is there any way to make mobs ignore me? Because I don't want to deal with being knocked back all over. Oh, you know what? Cosmic armor. Oh, okay. It finally kicked me out because of the clone. It's so funny to think about, though, or like to realize. I never noticed that. Commands only work on the clone and not me. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright. Twilight. Put on the cosmic armor, which it does. I can't really move around as quickly, but it should mean I'm invincible. So I'm not gonna get bothered by these mobs. And I don't have night vision. Can I add night vision to you? No. Okay, well, it's gonna be dark. I think this is one of the ones that we cleared out. Yeah, this was one of the first ones, so get out of there. Find another one. Yeah, I don't like to put on the cosmic armor too much because I don't get to move around as quickly. But is that a hollow hill? That is definitely a hollow hill. But it does make me invincible, so sometimes there's like pluses to it. This is a big one. Have you been raided? Nope. Okay. I think this is a fresh one. Did the difficulty go back to peaceful? I that's probably what happened. Okay, I don't know why it happened. Probably because I restarted, or I did the command on my clone. I don't even know anymore. Okay, thank you. Thank you. As long as I don't get the knockback, I'm good. Because I hate getting knocked back by... Oh no, why are you doing that? I do really dislike it when people interrupt movements in any game. It peeves me so bad. Fishing rod zombies. For some reason, Trump um invincible armor. It's so rude. Yeah, I don't know, Sena. I don't know if the Twilight Wraith's here. Is it like a spawner? He's big. Server does not like me being here, by the way. Oh, you know what? There might be a quest for it. They are found in large hollow hills. So is this a... I'm going to craft the map. Yeah, sure. So I go that way. What about you? So this might not be a large one. That doesn't seem like a large map, right? Or a large hollow hill. Go south. Go that way. It looks like there's one over there. And yes, I'm pointing at the screen as if you could tell where I'm pointing, but no. You know exactly where I'm talking about. It's the bottom left. How far is this map away? Jeez. And that's so funny. The acid rating doesn't hurt me anymore. I can just run through here like nothing. I shouldn't be doing that. This poor server's gonna not like... Oh, there's one right here. Is it you? No, this is medium, so there's a bigger one. Okay, I guess it's you. What's the difference? I don't know. It looks exactly the same to me. Hello. Bug. You got anything good? I'll take a fish. Don't you dare do that. That's like my biggest pet peeve. Don't move me around when I don't ask you to. Who did that? Which one of you did that? I don't even know who's doing that. I really want to start swinging on them. It's you. It's you. No, it's not. But like, I feel like I'm gonna hit the wraith and then I'm gonna cry. Dude, stop it. Who has the fishing rod? Just gonna get away. Oh, please stop doing that. That it? Yes, that's found it. Found it. I can actually just break you. Thank you. All right. We're getting out. I don't care about any of you. Okay. So we need to craft a spawner. Okay. We actually have a spawner right here, so I just need the actual spawner. All right. Then craft that with an anvil. I have one over here. And then I need a entity crusher. An etheric sword. I'm gonna go ahead and steal it from you, unless you're still running. Oh, I have another spider. I forgot about you. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this because I think this is the only way I'm getting ender pearls. But I need another one of these etheric swords. That doesn't work. No, of course not. Okay. Need a entity crusher. I'm just gonna copy you. Copying, mark copy. From there. Actually, let's copy you because you're more modern. Mark copy. And by more modern, I mean like probably just a day, an extra day. Why edit stack, reset stack? There we go. Oh, you gotta craft pico circuits. How dare you? And a bunch of diamond spikes. Would like to have a wireless energy hatch, so I'm gonna let that finish. Curious how much glowstone this is gonna produce, though. Oh yeah, we're totally just eating all of our glowstone. Cancel. So how fast are we crafting pico circuits now? That's a very important question to ask. 1 every 10 seconds is not bad at all. So technically it's 1 every 2.5 seconds because we have 4 that's running right now. And once we get 20 of them, let's do the math. 1 every half second. Oh man. That's pretty good actually. And then we double it, give it to the next guy. Cancel it. Try again. UMV wireless because I can use the stuff from the last recipe to finish this up. Yes. Okay. I'm going to put you right over here. I'm not going to copy it though. So entity crusher. This is probably also one of the last things I'm going to do for this episode. The rest of it is just babysitting off camera. Let me double check. I just want to look at it. The Eye of Harmony. Major step that we just finished. Oh, that's definitely screenshot worthy. Has this thing been running? 100% chance. It's gonna take about 50 years for me to get enough white matter, but it's still working. That's what matters. What was I doing? Oh, mob crusher. Where? Here. Here, yeah. Okay. You're supposed to be a different tier. What tier did you need to be? Entity crusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8? What if I just give it the Sword of the Cosmos? Does it work like that? 8. There we go. Multi-block has completed. That's a big no. I wouldn't say lie, but not quite. So you need you. Maintenance hatch. Output bus. So output bus goes right there. You need to be filtered with glowstone because that's all I care about. You get a maintenance hatch. Go like that. And then you have the Wraith. And you have the sword with looting 3. I don't really care about any of that. So I need to filter this thing with you. Like that. Glowstone. And I might as well add a singularity for glowstone if I can do that, yeah. While I'm here. Enjoy. So 786 every 16 seconds is like once a day, 4.2 billion. I think that's fine. I've never even had more than 4.2 billion in this playthrough, so if I need more, I'm just gonna double it and just keep doubling it until I do that, but that's a lot of glowstone. Connect it to the output with the white spray can. Quewing mode. That's how you pronounce it, don't at me. Right there. Oh, you're supposed to. Okay, hang on. Wait. You're supposed to be filters. You don't actually start throwing junk in there. There we go. Okay. Liquid XP, we have so much of it that I don't care about it, but that is... Hello, how you doing? How do you feel? You're producing me tons of glowstone without your permission. Thank you for that. Okay, and can I set this up right now? I just need 2 of you. How about laser source? Laser source. Hatch. UMV. I got those guys ready. Yeah, I lied. I think I should be able to craft this right now. Oh, yeah, we needed the glowstone, especially for things like double compressed. I'm just curious if we have a net positive of glowstone. Yeah, we're in the millions already. We eat so much of it, though. That's so funny. I think we need more. I mean, that's fine. Like, I can always just take the spawner out. Well, we have another one. I can always just take the spawner out and make more Twilight Wraiths. No problem. I can make more spawners if I need more. Yeah. I'm curious, though. Like, because this works with, like, a linked input bus, does it work here? I don't really know. What else does it give me? Anything else I can get value out of? There's emerald fragments, but I don't think that does anything. Not really. I'm just gonna leave it like that, though. It's pretty quick, but, you know, I would like for it to be a little faster. How much do you need? Like, how many of these pico circuits do you need? 12 times 16. 192. So basically the whole craft, you gotta wait for it. Okay, I think with that said, I'm just gonna do this off camera. It's not gonna take too long for it to finish, but we are already past 2 hours. So I'll set up the rest of these hash lines off camera and get to work on crafting a batch of... The next thing I need to craft is the orange spray can, which corresponds to one of each of the tier 1 Eye of Harmony thingies. I just need one of each so that I can research and then get to work on crafting this one. And I guess while we're here together, let me finish the actual recipe crafting, right? Yeah, okay. So I guess we can see how much of the white dwarf stuff I'm going to need and how long that's going to take. So we're going to fluid solidify this. Bolt. Then this one is just renaming digital singularities. Put that in rename 1 right there. Okay. And then craft the white spray can. 16,000. So if you think about it, how long is that going to take? Divide 1152. Divide 16,380. 16,380 divided by 1152. And that comes out to 14.2 or round up to 15 iterations of that craft. Oh no. What's 15 times 5 hours? 75 hours to get that much? I don't think so. Is that really how long it is? Is there any other way to get this faster? Is that really what it's gonna take? Man, this stuff's expensive. So you're saying 10 more or 1,000 more Eye of Harmonies? How do you say it? Eye of Harmonies or Eyes of Harmony? Or Eyes of Harmonies? So that's gonna take a while though. Maybe there's like different configurations I can do to improve it, but I'm gonna have to study that whenever I get this crafted. But it looks like, yeah, the next episode might be 2 days from now because 75 hours is Wait, it might be even 3 days. Maybe 2 days. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to do a couple of stuff off camera. I'm going to upgrade the ass lines to get advanced ass lines upgrading faster, crafting faster stuff. Get to work on crafting these guys. You want to say Eye of Harmony JEI recipes is lower than actual production? It might be. Actually, you're right. Let me scan this. Because based on JEI, excuse me, NEI, there's so many different something EI versions. It says 11:52. And I would say I'm gonna check in 5 hours, but I'm not because you got your guys gotta sleep. It says 11:52, and this is also just the very basic Eye of Harmony. This thing has got to get upgraded as fast as possible, though, for it to be of any value. It might have something to do with the parallels, because I'm only running one parallel, and you can actually increase the number of parallels by increasing this value here. But I'm scared because I think I'm gonna eat all my power. It may just be faster, but you know how it is. Depending on how fast things craft, I will come back. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time whenever my stuff finishes. Somewhere in the middle, I would love to have the QFTs, but something else keeps popping up. So I'm still trying to get the QFT craft going, but something always pops up. But the upgraded ass lines are gonna help out a ton. So I'm gonna do that next. Anyways, we'll go ahead and end it here. Pretty chill episode. Very glad that we have our first Eye of Harmony. First of many, yeah, based on how fast or slow it's going, I think I'm gonna want more than 5 million of them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the first one, it's a big deal. It may just seem like another big multi-block, but no, it is the final multi-block of the pack. Final production multi-block, if I think is a better word. Not including side grades like antimatter, of course. But definitely a good start. We're getting there. We're gonna beat the pack. We're gonna beat it. I promise. We're almost there. And now it's just a waiting lobby. Anyways, I'm just ranting. For now, have a good night. Take care. Thank you for your time and support as always, and I'll see you guys whenever one of the recipes finishes or if I find something else to work on. Have a good day. I said night and day at the same time. Sorry. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.